What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Touch 'Em All with Dave and Jeff. This is our brand new baseball show right here on Dead on Dave Productions. As you can see, Jeff is trying to infuriate me already with his full Cardinals lineup, but it's okay because I countered with my Cubs jersey that barely fits.
Yeah. Well, and you got that too.
Oh, I hate you so much. That is horrible. That's horrible. What's the matter with you?
That's funny. It's what it is.
You're lucky I like you. I thought you were giving me an ab shot, so I was getting really excited.
Oh,
and
no.
then I was disappointed.
No, if anything, I was making Crowley excited.
That's right. That's right. He's a little obsessed. Just a little bit. But look, check it out. We are just 4 days away from the beginning of the season. And I think it's kind of appropriate that we're doing this show, and it just so happens that our two teams are kicking off the season. I think it's awesome. This could be a really exciting baseball season, not just for us individually, but I think just because of all the excitement that's going on with some of the players that are coming into the game right now. And
there's so many teams that are in it that could potentially make the playoffs.
Much happened
it's easy. It is easy. It's probably easier to name the teams that you know aren't going to be in it.
Very true. And because there's just not many of them, because of the crazy-ass offseason that we had. I mean, maybe the craziest winter meetings of all time. I mean, it was just nuts. And wait until next year's offseason with all these stud starting pitchers.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the Cubs are going to get one of them, too. David Price, come on down. Come with Joe Madden. You know you want to.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I know that would upset you, especially if Arrieta is as good as we think he's going to be. Woo! Woo!
I'm still not completely sold on Arrieta.
Oh, I am. I'm convinced. But we'll get into that. What we're going to do today is we are going to talk some baseball stuff. We're going to go through the divisions, and then we're going to wrap it up with some fantasy baseball talk. So buckle up, enjoy, and let's get ready to touch them all. So we're going to start off with the breaking news about Major League Baseball's average salary topping $4 million per player for the first time. The average baseball salary, man, is $4 million. First time ever it's ever gone that high. And there's reasons for that, of course, because of the big contracts that were kind of hit in the offseason. You know, with the $350 million mega deal, which is not actually a $350 million mega deal, but, you know, whatever. Baseball's the place to go.
It's pretty damn good to be a baseball player, all that guaranteed money.
Guaranteed. That's the biggest thing. Completely guaranteed. It's crazy. But to be fair, baseball might be the most difficult of the four major sports to really make it in.
Yeah. Because you got so many players in every organization.
Yeah, I mean, literally a good couple hundred, 150 to 200 guys in each organization. It's crazy. It really is. And baseball's unique because it's probably the only sport where being a first-round draft pick doesn't mean as much as it does in other sports because you're not going to make an immediate impact. You're not going to
Colby Rasmus.
Yeah. It doesn't happen all the time. Some guys that are fast tracking this year and from last year's draft and the year before, it's a rare thing. I mean, look, there's a guy I want to focus on real quick, Byron Buxton. A couple years ago. Yeah, everybody was assuming this guy was going to be so good that he was going to basically make the jump immediately. Well, as good as he looks to be, he's a clear five-tool player. He's still not up yet, and he's going to be surpassed by a couple of guys. You have to assume Chris Bryant's going to get to the majors before he will.
Oh, yeah.
You got to assume Addison Russell's going to probably get to the majors before he will.
Safe bet.
And those are just Cubs. I mean, there's other guys, too. I mean, the Dodgers got a stud guy that they just sent down reluctantly as well. So it's crazy. I mean, the amount of talent that's coming up right now, and finally some premium hitting talent, because Lord knows we know there's pitching talent.
Yeah.
When the hitting talent comes up that is going to start balancing out the league a little bit, look for the average salary to go up even more because you're going to be paying a premium for hitting. There's no question. There's no question. So yeah, I thought that was a cool little story, man. I think it's absolutely insane that
Yeah, great to be a baseball
it
player.
is great to be a baseball player. It's kind of funny. By comparison, baseball's average salary in 1976 was $50,000, and
Oh,
that was the
Jesus.
last year before free agency. So before then, and
Oh man.
a lot of players had to take off-season jobs just to make
Yeah.
ends meet. So it's crazy. Now, this is what people always like to complain about. Like, oh man, baseball players and athletes and all, they make way too much money. Well, here's the thing that people don't get. One of the reasons why professional sports have taken off the way it has and why it's so intriguing is because athletes now can be paid to only focus on their jobs. They don't have to worry about getting a part-time job and not spending time in the gym or taking care of their bodies. We're getting a better product because they can be afforded to be paid.
Mhm.
Maybe they still make a little bit too much money, but still,
Well, yeah.
we pay for it. We want to go see it. There are Yankee seats
Yeah, we
right
can.
now that are over $1,000 for regular season games. It's
Busch
crazy.
Stadium sells out every game.
Yeah, the Cubs draw over 3 million every single season. They're
Mhm.
going to draw. Oh, the Cubs are probably going to absolutely sell out every game this year.
Well, attendance is going to be down at Wrigley for a little while on account of the renovations being extremely behind.
Well, they said they will be ready for opening night.
Really?
They put out a thing yesterday. As a matter of fact, they said we will be ready opening night.
Are they gonna, do meth and just be up for the next
We're all
4 days
pumping
straight?
PCP and we're going to get the job done. That's right. Yeah, meth and PCP. They're going to combo it up. We're going on a bender. It'll be interesting. The season's got so much intrigue, so I think a good idea right now is to go through the divisions and let's talk about some teams and talk about what we think is going to happen so we can see just how wrong we're probably going to be
Yeah,
at the end of the year. I think we'll save our division for last.
yeah.
Just so, people don't think
Sounds
that
good.
we're assholes because we know what we're going to talk about. So let's start with one of the most intriguing divisions. I really all divisions except the NL East has a lot of intrigue. But let's
Yeah,
start with
definitely.
let's start with the AL East. Every year the AL East is always interesting just because of the names that are there. It's gotten more interesting with this rise, almost meteoric rise of the Baltimore Orioles. So the question is,
Yeah, and the people are still counting them out because I forget who it was. Who was it? Was it like the baseball prospectus or something or whatever it's called? They projected them to finish last and win like 70-something games.
it's possible that it happens because they did lose some players.
Yeah, they lost
Markakis,
Markakis,
yeah.
Gold Glove outfielder, Nelly Cruz, 40 home runs.
That's a big loss. Weeders is not right yet.
Weeders.
I
Yeah.
think there's still some questions about Adam Jones. As much as I like the guy, I think there's still questions on him, especially without those big bats in the lineup to kind of help him out. It's crazy. And now, to make it even worse, J.J. Hardy, their Gold Glover, 3-time Gold Glove shortstop, J.J. Hardy, he's heading to the DL to start the season.
He had a really off year last year. The year before he hit what? I can look it up here real quick. I thought he hit around 20 bombs 2 years ago. I'll look it up here real quick. But he only hit – it took him till damn near, I want to say June to hit his first home run last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Sometimes
he
it
was-
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just happens.
Like Albert Pujols, when he first went to Anaheim, it took him a month to hit his first home run.
Yep. I don't know if they're going to have the pitching, but they do have a hell of a manager.
Yes, they do, but the starting pitching is always a question.
With them,
And has been.
it's not that they're not good pitchers. They just don't have the star name power that really
Right.
jumps out at you. Tillman's a good pitcher. Chen's a good pitcher.
Tillman.
Bud Norris can be a
They
great pitcher.
They have Gossman.
Gossman, but he's battled arm injuries. So it's
Very true.
It's quite interesting. They got crazy stuff going on in the
Yeah.
relief pitching. Zach Britton, he's always a friggin' a wild card. We don't know exactly what we're gonna get out of him.
Mm-hmm.
You got a
They
fireball.
lost Andrew Miller. They lost Andrew Miller.
They lost Andrew Miller. Absolutely. It's crazy. I think losing Nelly Cruz can be offset by a resurgence of Crash Davis. Yes, Crash Davis, just like the Bull Durham.
There's no way he can be as bad as he was last year.
Yeah, and maybe we're being a little bit unfair. He did still hit 26 home runs, but he batted
right.
But he hit only $1.96, and you can't do that.
He's gonna hit better than $1.96.
You have to assume.
Maybe not much, but he's gonna be over. He's gonna be over that Mendoza line.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though. If he hits 240, 250, and he still hovers around 30 home runs, and he can get that RBI to about 80, 85, they'll take it. Okay?
He's still a ridiculous power threat, even though when he was only hitting $1.96. You always know if he makes contact, that it's more than often than not, it's going to go a pretty long way.
Yeah, and even without the juice.
Yeah, and touching back up on the J.J. Hardy thing, he hit 9 home runs last year in 141 games. The 3 years beforehand, he played 129, 158, and 159. In 2011, he hit 30 home runs, 22 home runs in 2012, and 25 in 2013.
Wow.
So I'm looking for him to be somewhere in between that. I'd say around maybe 17 to 20.
Maybe
this
he
year.
was maybe he was taking some of Ryan Braun's stash though, because he was a.
That's true. That is very true.
He was a Brewer back then.
Yeah. Well, no, he was with Baltimore.
Oh, he was when he hit 30 home runs. He was with Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know he was with Baltimore that long. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's been in Baltimore since 2011.
Wow, God, time flies when you don't give a fuck.
That's true.
J.J. Hardy, Brewer, former Brewer. I don't give a fuck.
Well, keep in mind too, that's when the Orioles still weren't that good.
Yeah, that's true. And we don't know what they're going to be. I'm going to say the Orioles have the potential to run the gamut from.
Anybody in this division can win it.
Very true. I'm not really happy with the Rays. I don't like what they did in the offseason. I
think that they're the one stretch, but I still wouldn't be completely shocked if they somehow did it.
Yeah, but look, as much as I like Chris Archer, he came up in my farm system, so I know about the guy. I'm just not convinced that if he's your opening day starter, he's your ace, you just don't have enough there. I mean, it's just I don't know, and I can't name more than 3 players on the Rays right now. I know that doesn't mean much.
Yeah, they still got Longo.
Yeah, they do, but he's really declining quickly. I think he's declining more quickly than people thought he was going to.
Yeah, and his I don't believe his extension has even kicked in yet.
No, but I mean, hell, he's making $8 million this year. So
they did pick up Asdrubal Cabrera. I do like that pickup for them.
Yeah.
I like Desmond Jennings out there in the outfield.
I like Desmond Jennings. I think he's good, but we can't overlook just what's happening with Evan. This team goes where Longoria takes them.
Yeah, Longoria is going to have to take the team on his back this year.
He's going to have to.
He really has.
He can't have a 10-homer dip.
I mean, because this team does not really. This team doesn't have an offense really.
Look, he's never been a huge hit for average guy. He's a 271 lifetime hitter,
which isn't bad.
It's very respectable. If you could hit 400, 500 home runs and you have over around 1,300 RBIs, you're Hall of Fame considerate. With those type of numbers, consider it. And I'm not saying getting in, but consider it. So it's interesting. I don't know. He's a good player. He's not. I don't think Longoria ever really turned into the player we thought he was gonna be. Because early on in his career, he looked like he was gonna be the man. Then he got some injury problems.
Well, keep in mind he's also playing in Tampa Bay, where nobody shows up.
Nobody cares. Yeah, it's quite crazy. But he is just 2 years removed from hitting 32 home runs. He only hit 22 last year. He struck out. He struck out 133 times last year, which it's not a good thing. But what are you gonna do? Mm-hmm. But he did play 162 games, and that's a positive thing. So really, Tampa can go either way. For me, when I look at it, the big wild card in the East is the Yankees. I think
they're going to be a lot. I think they're going to be. Yeah, on paper, Boston's the front runner, but keep in mind, they don't have an ace.
They don't, but they got a bunch of other guys who are twos.
Twos, yeah.
I mean, they got Porcello, Buckholz.
They gave up way too much for Porcello.
They did, but they got Buckholz, Wade Miley, Justin Masterson, and Joe Kelly. I mean, that's not terrible at all. It's 2s and 3s. I don't think that.
No, and Joe Kelly is a very, very solid number 5.
Yeah, he's a good for that team. Absolutely.
Yeah, too bad he's not in the. And that, you know what? They could even use Joe Kelly to pinch run.
Yeah,
if they need him, because that dude can fly.
They have potential to hit off.
And he has a great Twitter follow. Runs. Great Twitter follow too.
Yeah, they got so much potential to hit a lot of home runs with Sandoval, Napoli, and Ramirez. I don't think they got a lot of catching depth, but other than that, I mean, and Ortiz, of course, is going to do Ortiz things.
Castillo.
Yeah, I forgot about Castillo. Yeah, and Xander Bogaerts is turning into a decent power. You know, I mean, not great power, but
Alan Craig is starting to look somewhat what he used to when he played in St. Louis.
But he's still fringy if he's even going to make the team. I thought.
Well, yeah, I still think he's going to be moved.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of options with the outfielders here, and they can put them in a package deal and go get Cole Hamels.
Yeah, I think the Yankees though are the X factor. Potentially, this could be a scary team. Look, they got the star power that they might be removed from their prime, but let's face it, if McCann starts to play like he's supposed to play, if Teixeira, who's got a new offseason regimen, and he looks like a monster again.
Yes, he does. And he looks really good. He looks really good over at first base.
Yes, he does. He's looking like he did back in Texas. That's a scary –
yes,
his first year in New York. That's a scary thing. Headley – if he could play like he was before, for some reason it just didn't work last year. There's no real rhyme or reason as to why.
He had an off year.
He did. He had an off year. Jacoby Ellsbury, you got to figure he's not going to be hurt the entire season this year. And he's going to be able to stay on the field and play some ball. And when he does, he's an MVP candidate. He's a great ball player.
Yeah. Let me get something here. Everywhere on the diamond for the Yankees, you have Gold Glove fielders.
Yes, you do.
And the only one you don't have is a former Gold Glove outfielder, being Carlos Beltran, who still has a cannon for an arm.
Yes, he does. And he can still hit. And so can Gardner. I like Brett Gardner as well. I think the obvious question on the field is shortstop, Gregorius, who...
Big shoes to fill.
Just
a little bit.
It's going to be weird not seeing Jita out there, but it is what it is. And the reality is, I think the X factor is Alex Rodriguez. I think the guy is still showing that he can hit a little bit.
Yeah. I've watched a bunch of Yankees games during spring training because, well, one, that's all they've been showing.
Yeah.
Pretty much, but he looks like he knows what he's doing at the plate.
Yeah,
he really does.
Juice, the guy knows how to hit. He's gonna hit 20 home runs. I mean, that's one bet I will take with anybody. He will hit 20 home runs. I believe it in my heart. He's got over 250 at bats. He's gonna friggin' hit 20 home runs. I believe it.
He's gonna have more. He's gonna have more than 250 at bats. He's gonna be there every day. DH.
Yeah. But I'm saying if he could stay on the field because of health reasons, because let's face it, he's 40.
Provided his quads don't shatter.
Yeah. And the starting pitching. If Tanaka is back and he is healthy, that kid can pitch, plain and simple. Sabathia, you never know when he's going to turn into the guy that he was just a couple years ago. Sabathia can still pitch if he can
He just came back from his first injury-plagued season.
Yeah, if he could stay
he's been healthy his whole career.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And Michael Pineda looks awesome.
Yeah, another guy with previous injury concerns, but still. Chris Capuano is about as solid as a 4 or 5 guy as you could have in this league. I mean, and he can still.
But he's not going to be around until May, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He's strained his quad.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But
they got Ivan Nova coming back in like May or June or so. Yeah. And Nathan Eovaldi, I really like him.
I do too.
I really like him. I like that pickup from the Marlins for the Yankees.
Yeah, and I like that one too.
I like that trade both ways.
Yeah, it's a good trade. Baseball is kind of, sometimes it can be more fair that way. At least potentially trades can help both teams, but usually they don't.
Right.
It's just how it is.
And the one team we haven't talked about in this is the Blue Jays.
Yes. Yeah.
Blue Jays. I love the pickup for them, getting Donaldson and Russell Martin. They actually went out
very true.
And got some people.
It's very true.
Now, what they need to do Alex Anthopoulos at the trade deadline. Go get a fucking pitcher.
Yeah, because relying on Dickey and Burley is just not going to do it. You know,
the last couple years where we thought this team could win the division, what are you doing at the trade deadline? No. You're sitting there playing with yourself.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Jose Reyes is an X factor on this team. I don't think they don't have a great outfield, but you know it's okay. It's not going to stun you with star power. But this is Justin Smoke. He might be able to get some stuff going. You just don't know. I mean, there was rumors they were going to be moving my old former catcher, Deoner Navarro, but I don't know if that's still going to happen.
Got a great catching duo.
Yeah.
Over there.
Russell Martin can be a really good pickup, but I still feel they overpaid. I'm glad the Cubs didn't get him.
Oh, they definitely overpaid him.
Yeah, they overpaid him. There's no question. But the big move for them is obviously, I think their biggest move is getting Josh Donaldson.
That dude is going to erupt in Toronto.
He's a player. So I don't know. If I have to go with the pick right now, I'm going to go with Boston. I'm going to go with the devil that
I am too. I
think they can always pick up more pitching. I think there's so much pitching in baseball right now. They can make
they have so many outfielders they can deal.
Yep, and they have a hell of a farm system that they can still dip into. So I don't think I think you have to go with Boston, but really and you said it. You're 100% right. Any team in this division can win the damn thing. They really can. So I guess we'll move on to the Central, the AL Central, that is. Not our Central, of course. The one I don't care as much about. You know, there's been a lot of buzz about the White Sox. What did I do? What did I do?
Oh, no, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, you didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything either. But there's been a lot of buzz about the White Sox. And they, you know, I hate them. And that's about all I want to say. I'm glad that we lit up Samardzija. I feel that they made a mistake by going after Samardzija. The Cubs did the right thing in letting him freaking go.
You got fucking Addison Russell out of it.
Damn right we did. And how about Billy McKinney, too? That's not a friggin' bad guy to get as a throw-in. Jeez.
Well, keep in mind you dealt him to Oakland, so you got a couple of.
We dealt McKinney to Oakland?
No, I'm saying you got them.
We got him from Oakland. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You got them from Oakland.
Yeah. Which is awesome. I loved it. And Samardzija, it didn't work out for Oakland too well.
No.
We're going to get Lester and Samardzija and win the world. No. You're not. You're not. But even looking at the White Sox lineup makes me want to throw up. I hate this team.
I do like their lineup.
I do. It's okay. I mean, Melky Cabrera is a good ball player, potentially. I mean, you never know what he's going to do. Abreu, I don't know if Abreu is going to be the guy he was last year. I mean, that was insane. Insane.
Well, a 27-year-old rookie.
Yeah.
And the right fielder, I can never say his first fucking name. Avisail Garcia, I can't say his name.
Let me take a crack at it.
I mean, this guy has potential.
Aviciel.
I mean, I could easily see this guy being, a 30-30 guy.
He could be.
I could easily see this guy being a 30-30 guy.
Yep. Venezuelan.
Because when he was in Detroit, because keep in mind he was in Detroit.
Yes, he was.
I looked out in right field and I just glanced. I'm like, is that another Miguel? Is that Miguel Cabrera out in right field?
Is that Miggy?
I mean, his build. I mean, it's ridiculous. But the guy can move.
Yeah, he can.
He can move. He's got some pop, and he can move.
Yeah.
I will not be surprised when this guy's a 30-30 guy.
I don't think it would surprise anybody. But I think the team needs Abreu to be the guy he was last year. I mean, as a rookie, yes, a 27-year-old rookie nonetheless. But 317, 36 homers, and 107 RBIs. That's a hell of a fucking year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Just a little bit. Now, they did pick up David Robertson, too. I do like that pickup for them. Zach Duke figured things out a little bit for them. And they're going to need this bullpen to step up because last year they were fucking horrendous.
Yeah, they were.
They were horrendous.
They were. The rest of the division, look, I think the elephant in the room is obviously Detroit. As good as Kansas City was last year, I don't think anybody is expecting them to be as good this year, right? I mean,
no, whoever I said it was, they're only expecting them to win. Was it 71 games or something.
Oh wow.
They're expecting them to have that big of a drop off, like 15 games.
Yep. Yep.
I don't see it. I don't.
If they do, man, Alex Gordon is gonna really wish he tried to score last year.
Oh yeah. I know we probably would have been dead at the plate, but there's 2 fucking outs.
Yeah, you got to go for it.
2 outs against Bumgardner.
Yeah.
You have to. I would have sent him on that. I would have sent him if that ball was at the fucking plate.
I'm okay with losing that way. Completely okay.
If they would have lost at that play of the plate, I don't think there would be one Kansas City fan upset about that.
No, you got to go for it. Because you have to assume that your window is not very big. It's not a very long window. And when I'm looking at this team, I don't know any of these people. I know that doesn't mean anything. But like nobody is jumping off at the page here. Nobody is just saying, I'm going to be amazing. Kendry Morales, the thing I remember him most is breaking his fucking
ankle on the wall. Gotta expect Mike Moustakas is going to be a lot better, closer to how he performed in the playoffs, somewhere in there. Same with Hosmer. I mean, I feel because they both did not have good years last year, and I'm looking for them to step up. And they still got the speed out there with Lorenzo Cain and Gerard Dyson. They can absolutely fly. You got Escobar who can fly. Infante can still run a little bit. And, I like Salvador Perez behind the plate.
Starting your hopes with Mike Moustakas, a career 236 hitter, is not a good way to start. This guy is okay. He's not an elite guy. He's not somebody who's going to carry your team. I'm
not saying he's going to be an elite guy.
He needs to be better. There's no question.
I think he will be much better.
Let's hope.
I'm saying he'll be much better, and of course we don't need to even talk about the bullpen because they're fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, my God, they're basically 5 closers.
Right, if you're losing after the 5th inning, just go back into the clubhouse.
Yeah, just it's over. It's crazy.
Everybody go home early. It's over.
It's insane. So let's
I do like the Edison Volquez pickup for them also. It kind of replaces the James Shields role. I don't think he's going to be as good.
Volquez is not Shields though. I know you're not a big Shields guy, but Volquez he fills the role. I'm saying he's not going to be anywhere near as good as he was. Yeah, we'll see what happens with him. Let's move over to Minnesota. I think this is
okay. Yeah, they're finishing last.
Yes, Minnesota. Okay. I think pretty fair.
Move on.
Yeah, right. Phil Hughes, 20 games again. Let's go.
Phil Hughes had a great year. Great year. Good for him.
Year. I like him a lot. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good names. I mean, Torrey Hunter being back is cool. Mauer, Kurt Suzuki. There's a lot of good stuff going on, but a lot would have to go right for Minnesota to. You
got Jordan Schaefer out there in center field who can fly, who can run.
Yeah, unless Byron Buxton is walking to the door early, I don't think it's going to matter.
You got Brian Dozier, who broke out a little bit last year.
Dozier. I like that.
Kurt Suzuki behind the plate. I am intrigued by Oswaldo Arcia.
Yeah.
He hit, 22 bombs last year?
Yeah.
Something like that. At Target Field, that's like hitting fucking 40.
It is. It's a tough ballpark to play. There's no question about that.
Just real quick, I gotta make a gripe about Target Field.
Go ahead.
When you have that big of a fucking ballpark, why do you need a huge fucking wall in right field?
Because they are purists and they like being cruel to hitters. Because if it's not hard enough to hit in baseball today, let's make it a little bit harder.
Let's just put a 30-foot fucking wall out there.
God,
I'm exaggerating.
Put a short porch up there. Jesus.
I'm exaggerating, but
that is one field that should have a short porch. There's no question. What we can do. For me, the X Factor team, and this might sound weird, Cleveland. I really like Cleveland too. I did too. I like them.
You got the reigning Cy Young.
Look, I'm a Francona guy. I like Tito. Man.
I like Tito too.
I really do. You got Nick Swisher, who just all he does is chew tobacco and hit home runs. He's just a bird of a friggin' caveman. I like the
They
guy
got
a
Brandon.
lot.
They got Brandon Moss. I love that pickup for
I do
them.
too.
You got the guy who finished third in the MVP in Michael Brantley.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, you got Bourne who can friggin' fly.
You got Bourne can fly.
He only stole 10 bags last year. Isn't that weird?
Huh? Really?
Yeah. He only played in 106 games.
Still, 10 bags. You think you have more than that?
He got caught stealing 6 times. That's bizarre. He's got 309 for his career. I mean, the guy can steal.
Yeah. Anyway, you got Kipnis at second. I really like him.
Love
and
Kipnis.
I love Jan Gomes. This guy is so underrated. It's not even funny.
Yep. I agree.
Jan Gomes, really like him behind the plate.
It's a team that could make some noise, man. It really is. I'm not saying they're going to win the division. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm thinking they could really make some noise. They really
team to beat is still the Tigers, even though their bullpen is still not very good, and that's been their Achilles heel especially the last couple of years.
And basically, they're left with the rotting, decomposing corpse of Justin Verlander. But I don't know.
Hey, Verlander's doing okay though because he's banging Kate Upton.
Damn right, he's winning at life.
He has won at life. He has won at life. The only thing he has to do is win a World Series. That's all he's got to do.
World Series. He's got a chance with this team.
Yeah, I still like the rotation. Price, Verlander, Sanchez, Simon, Green. I do like them. And I still love their lineup. Ian Kinsler. They get Jose Iglesias back, who missed all of last year.
The reality is, let's not kid around here. You got Miggy, okay? You got Cabrera.
You got Miggy, Vmart, and Cespedes.
Yes, Cespedes, who I think is going to – I'm calling it right now. Cespedes is going to have a fucking monster season.
In that ballpark, holy shit.
He's going to have a monster year. Look,
and
how about Castellanos, too, man?
Yeah, Castellanos? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why I need you. I can't pronounce anything.
Names, yeah. And the right fielder, J.D. Martinez, who was absolutely horrible with the Astros, comes to Detroit, changes his batting approach, and he's gone off. He's gone off.
Yep. There's a guy, too, under their center fielder, Anthony Goose. He can run. He's young, and he can run. He can.
And keep in mind they got Rajay Davis right behind him.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. He doesn't play a lot of ball games. He played 94 last year. Still stole 15 bags. The guy can run. He's going to get on base. He's going to freaking make some shit happen. It'll be interesting to see what the Tigers do. But look, whether Goose performs or not is not going to make this team go.
No, you got Miggy, Vmart, and Cespedes.
Absolutely. So I think we both are in agreement.
And they got Avila behind the plate too,
damn right.
Who's battled some injuries, but decent behind the plate.
So I think we're in agreement. Detroit's winning this division.
That's who I'm thinking. They're still the team to beat, but I think Cleveland is right behind them.
I think the White Sox are a little bit ahead of Cleveland right now.
Really?
It makes me sick, but yeah, I do. There's something I don't know. If Abreu is who he was, if Abreu is who we thought he is, then it would. I think they can definitely make some noise. But I don't know. I don't think Samardzija is anywhere as near as good.
And I still think the White Sox bullpen is still pretty bad.
It is. It's shaky at best. And Sale is not right now. He's hurt. I think that's bad. Here's the thing about Samardzija. I just want to talk about him real quick. The biggest plus that people talk about Samardzija is, yes, he's 30 years old, but he doesn't have a lot of wear and tear on his arm. Well, what the fuck does that mean? I mean, he still has pitched quite a lot of baseball in the major leagues. Now, granted, he hasn't been a starter his whole career. He had a lot of focusing on football.
And stuff like that can come up out of nowhere.
Absolutely. The guy's still a dude who throws very, very hard. He can have problems at any friggin' time. And the reality is, he has not shown that he's an ace. I don't get this Samardzija's an ace thing. I don't get it. He's not an ace. He's a very good pitcher.
He was really good last year when he was with the Cubs. He had no run.
Yeah, he was.
He had no run support whatsoever.
And then he would lay an egg every now and then. And it's just his consistency issues is his problem. And he throws so many friggin' pitches, man. His command goes wonky at times. And, out of nowhere, he'll have a 30-pitch inning. It's like, what? it happens far too frequently. I don't know. We'll see what he does. But I think Detroit...
Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers. Tigers, probably the safest bet of anybody going besides the NL East is the Tigers winning that division. Moving on to the AL West. Let's get the Astros out of the way. They're going to be bad. They're going to be bad.
I think overall, I don't know if it's going to show. It probably won't show in the record. I think this team is going to show signs of of improving.
Yeah, I think they made some mistakes. I don't like the Gaddis move. I just don't.
No.
I don't think he's going to be great. Springer looks like he's going to hit 157 home runs.
Springer is a very, very good player.
Yeah, but the best move they made was getting Luis Valbuena. I mean, it really was.
That was a good pickup. I also like them getting Gregerson and Pat Neshek.
Yeah.
I do like that. That solidifies their bullpen. And Neshek had an unbelievable year for Cardinals last year. Until he gave up a home run to Mike Morse.
That's right. Well, we're gonna see what Altuve is gonna do.
Altuve is a hitting machine.
He's just all he does is just hit singles, man. Singles, just boom, 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 boom.
You got Chris Carter, who's an absolute bull.
Yeah, but he's an inconsistent bull, and right now he's
that's the risk with a power hitter.
Very true, very true. But it's an interesting thing. I think they have some questions at catcher. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sold on Castro.
And look for their first baseman John Singleton. He came up last year.
Yeah.
And
he can rake.
I just drew a complete blank. I don't know what just happened.
He's got potential. He's got 25 home run potential.
Definitely.
No
definitely.
question. But we don't know how he's going to handle the everyday rigors of taking on major league caliber pitching, and especially playing for a team that's probably going to lose 95 games.
And on top of that, playing in the stupidest fucking ballpark known to mankind.
Oh my God! Why would they let a ballpark be designed by Ronald McDonald?
Here's a good idea. Let's design the left field wall. Let's put a 15-foot fucking wall up there that's only 315 feet, and then let's go out to center field that's 450
and make a hill.
Let's put a fucking hill out there.
We're gonna put a hill there.
And then you know what else might be fun? Let's put a big fucking pillar on the field, right in the middle of that hill.
That's right. Because if the hill isn't bad enough, it'd be great if we put a pole right in the middle of the hill. They'll love that. What the fuck were they thinking? It's like designed by Pistol Pete Pizza. Or Chuck E. Cheese Pizza. Probably you guys would know Chuck E. Cheese, not Pistol Pete.
And then let's put the left field bullpen or the away team's bullpen in the fucking Kremlin.
That's right. I don't get it. But this is a confusing division until you start to think about it. I think when you look at the teams that are in this division, you're like, well, who's going to win? And then one team jumps out at you, and it is...
I like the Mariners.
Yes. The juggernaut that is emerging, known as the Seattle Mariners. This team is not going to be good, folks. This team is going to be great. I think this team...
the Nelly Cruz pickup.
Oh, God, it's a great pickup. I think this is a team that could potentially challenge to win the whole fucking thing.
I mean, look at this rotation. You got King Felix, Iwakuma, Paxton, Taiwan Walker, who they're looking to bring up, and you got Jay Happ in there as well.
Absolutely, he's a damn good pitcher. But look, the potential on offense, it's ridiculous.
You got Austin Jackson, very good leadoff hitter.
You got Ruggiano behind him. I love Justin Ruggiano. I love that kid.
I do too. I liked him when Ruggiano was in Miami.
I liked him when he was in Chicago last year. He was good.
You got Robbie Cano at second, they picked up Ricky Weeks. They got him behind him.
That's definitely behind under the radar.
Hopefully he can get new signs of life out there for them. You got Dustin Ackley out there in left field. You got Seth Smith in right field.
Well, you have to assume Cano's going to have a bigger year than he did last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he hit for average, but his power was down.
And they just moved the fences in there, didn't they?
Yes, they did, and it's going to help him, I think, a lot because that's a massive ballpark, man. It really
it is. And you got Kyle Seager over there at third base, and I'm looking for Mike Zunino, the catcher.
Yes.
Step up.
The team is scary. This team scares me. I think this is a giant waiting to awaken.
I mean, Zunino only played, I think, in like 16 games last year, and he hit fucking 7 home runs.
Zunino hit 22 home runs last year.
No, it's
I'm looking right at him. Mike Zunino.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was looking at the spring training. My bad.
Yeah, what the hell are you looking at? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he had 22 bombs last year, man.
Yeah, 22 bombs last year. I mean, this dude's a very sneaky, good presence at the plate.
22 bombs with only 60 RBI, and that tells me that no one was getting on base in front of him. That's going to change this year.
Yeah, that's going to change just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit. That's going to change.
Oh, man. The 7 home runs, that's in spring training this year.
Oh, wow.
Everybody wants to talk about Chris Bryant, and rightfully so.
Rightfully fucking so.
The dude's the fucking Terminator. But 7 home runs for a catcher.
Seth Smith, at 32 years old, decided to have a nice little decent year last year with 12 dunks. But this is a team that, here's the problem. The thing that sunk the Mariners last year is they're just not very good team on base percentage. That should change this year. It really should. Guys should be getting in to be brought in by their big hitters this year, and hopefully that's going to happen. Seattle scares me, man, and should scare everyone in that division, especially because there's just nobody else in the division that really looks like they're in
The position. Angels are taking a step back.
The Angels, without Hamilton, I think it really hurts them. I know that he's not the guy that they thought they were going to sign anyway.
Well, I don't know if that hurts him.
Oh, not having him there, I mean, because then you're going with what?
It's a presence. It's a presence. It's definitely okay. I don't think we need to compare Josh Hamilton to Colin Cowgill, but
well, that's who's going to be stepping in for him. You know, I mean, you got Calhoun and Wright. Hamilton's not playing, so Cowgill's stepping in for him. You know, and Trout is your center fielder. Now, look, the Angels have a chance.
You do have God out there in center field.
You do. That's the thing. You have a chance because you got the best player in baseball. And if you don't think that Mike Trout's the best player in baseball, smack yourself with a fucking hammer.
And you got Albert hitting right behind him too.
And you know what? And Pujols, we talk about the decline of Albert Pujols, but you know what?
The dude can still hit.
We're talking about decline. He hit 28 home runs last year. He's gonna hit 25 this year at least.
The first season he didn't hit 30. Well, apart from that injury-shortened season.
Yeah. He still hit 105 RBI.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we talking about?
Well, I mean, that's because all Trout has to do is get on base, and all Pujols has to do is just get it through the infield, and Trout's going to fucking score on it. So.
He's not going to live up to the contract. There's no way anybody could have lived up to that contract. That's okay. But if for the next couple of seasons, still sticks around the 280 mark. He had 272 last year, which is well below his career average at 317. You figure he's going to bring that up a little bit to 285.
Still, the last 2 years of his career average is still 317.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But you got to figure he's going to bring that up to at least 285, 290 over the next couple of seasons. He's not going to hit any less than 25 home runs, and he'll hover around between 90 to 100 and 105 RBI. That's okay for a 35-year-old fucking player.
Right.
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
We're not even talking about Pujols' on base percentage either. The dude gets on base too. This guy's
his clip was down last year. He's only 324, but he's got a career average of 403.
It's still 403.
That's sickening. Do you realize how disgusting of a number 403 is for a career on base percentage? I mean, really, that's a disgusting number. Disgusting number.
That's not, and the highest it's been. The highest it's been the last 4 seasons was with us, and that was only 366.
Yeah. That makes it even sicker that it still was able to remain as high as. You know
what his on base percentage was in 2008?
Oh God, what was it?
462.
Oh my God.
His on base is 462.
Oh my God, that's an unfathomable number to me.
Imagine if somehow Billy Beane had an opportunity to get him. He'd be in his bedroom touching himself nonstop.
Listening to the vinyls right now. I don't want anybody else when I think about Albert, I touch myself. Absolutely you would. My God.
Oh my Lord!
It's sickening, man. But he's not that player anymore.
No,
No, but he does. But
no,
who
no
he
one,
is,
no one expected, no one expected him to be, and I knew he wasn't going to be that if he stayed here in St. Louis.
yeah,
But you had to throw an offer at him because hey,
sure.
he's fucking Albert Pujols.
Look, he's listed at 35, but the reality is he's probably 40, and that it's just he's gonna degrade. I think he's gonna have a better season than he did last year. Maybe that's me just being naive.
I think he is because he's been injured the last couple of years, and
Yeah.
he's still performed really well.
He looks healthy. He looks healthy this
considering.
year. He looks really healthy.
Hey, you'll talk about healthy. We'll get into someone who looks really good in a little while.
I'm sure we will. But the rest of this team, I like Chris Iannetta. I think he's an underrated catcher. David Freese, you never know what he's going to do.
World Series hero.
Damn right he was. Ibar and Rutledge, man in the middle there, and this team can do something. Their starting rotation is. I think
it's sketchy.
If Richard's arm doesn't fall off, they should be okay. But Jared Weaver is not the guy that people thought he was going to be.
CJ Wilson has flat out underperformed. I mean that's probably an understatement. I like Matt Shoemaker. Yeah. I like him.
I like Jared Weaver. I do, but he won 18 games last year, but his numbers scare scouts because it could balloon at any time. Like his ERA can go into the fours.
They got Andrew Heaney. He was a big prospect for the Marlins, and actually we've already seen that he's got a great personality. Did you see when he got traded from the Marlins to the Dodgers and he was with them for about 10 minutes?
Yeah, for a cup of coffee. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So that about 10 minutes later, after he gets traded from the Marlins to the Dodgers, he gets traded to the Angels for Howie Kendrick. And he sends out a tweet saying something like, it was great being a part of this great organization. Thanks for the memories.
That's right. I like that. So it's just an interesting team. Let's run through the rest of this division here. We didn't talk about the Athletics or the Rangers, so let's start with the Athletics. What's Oakland going to do this year? I mean, are they?
We never know what Oakland's going to do.
Yeah, because let's face it. Here's the one thing we know about Oakland: this roster is not going to look like this in the summer. There's going to be changes.
Probably not. Billy Bean's going to murder everybody.
Yeah,
and they're somehow going to get Babe Ruth on the roster.
That's right.
Only to get to the division series of the wild card game and get swept.
Yeah, I don't think they're making the playoffs. It would surprise me if they make the playoffs.
This team, I'm looking at it now. It doesn't look like it did last year. I mean, I do like the Billy Butler pickup, but his power went down.
Oh yeah,
a whole lot.
Butler's not. Yeah, he's not a power guy anymore.
You got a bunch of prospects from Toronto in the Donaldson Lowry deal. Who I do like Brett Lowry, but he hasn't shown the offensive. He hasn't had that big offensive season yet. I like Ben Zobrist, who can play anywhere on the field.
I liked Zobrist 2 years ago. I don't know about now, but I liked him 2 years ago.
I think now Zobrist would have been really good for a National League team.
Yeah, I agree. As weird as that sounds, but yeah, I agree.
You can plug him anywhere.
I agree. I'm not sure what Lowry's gonna do. People were expecting the power to come. It just never has. But you know what? To be fair, he did hit a career-high 12 home runs last year. I think he can get the 15, but don't expect much more than that. His RBIs were ridiculously down. He only hit 38. He drove in 38 last year. But granted, he only played 70 games. So what am I even talking about? He had 12 home runs in 70 games. I mean, that's half of a season. Less than half of a season. So, I don't know, but that's the problem. That's the problem with Lowry. He 125 games is the max this guy's ever played. He's never gotten 500 at bats in a season. So
just have to, and that playing in Oakland's not going to help him either.
No, I don't know. You don't want to be that muggy ass weather, and you don't want to play in that. No way.
You got Josh Reddick out there in right field, very good defender, very good arm.
You got Coco Crisp in center, which
Coco Crisp,
one of the best names in baseball.
Yeah, drafted by the Cardinals, by the way.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Yep. But he's not going to be ready for opening day. He's got some elbow or wrist thing or something.
And then the pitching. This pitching it's I don't know. I mean, Gray.
Got Sonny Gray.
Yeah, but if he could be healthy, sure.
They're getting Jared Parker back in around June or so.
Casimir, I mean, like for some reason, Casimir decided to start pitching again. Well,
same with Barry Zito.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Apparently, Billy Bean's still having that wet dream about Barry Zito in the 2012 NLCS, which, by the way, that was not good pitching by Zito. You should have seen the fucking defensive plays the Giants were making behind him. It was fucking sickening that the diving plays they were making, the bounces the balls were taking, and then you had fucking Hunter Pence who hits the ball 3 goddamn times. And it's coming right to Pete Cosma, and it just decides, at the last fucking second, I'm going to take a 90-degree left turn.
I don't hate Barry Zito. I don't have any problems with Zito. Look,
I don't.
He got paid to be terrible. Congratulations for him. No idea as to why he suddenly got horrible, but he did. So it is what it is. But
it happens.
It happens. It does. It does. But so that leaves us with what? The Texas Rangers.
Texas Rangers. They need Shin-Soo Choo to be way better than he was because he was flat out.
It was a mistake to sign him. They shouldn't have done it. I expect Shearholtz to get more time and right than people are thinking, because I don't think the fucking train is going to be put back on the tracks for Chu. He's not that good.
I like it, and they lost Jurickson Profar for the year, but he hasn't been performing real well when he's been up.
Yeah, look, the reality is Profar was a luxury. He was a luxury. We don't know how he has not had enough time in the major leagues to determine that he was going to be
They were comparing this guy to Ozzie Smith for the way he feels.
They were comparing him to, but we never saw it. I don't I ever really got to see it. The small sample size, and Elvis Andrus was not going anywhere. The guy he's had at least some consistency in the major leagues.
Elvis Andrus still very good fielder. He's had 2 pretty bad offensive years.
Yeah,
I'm looking for him to rebound though.
I'm thinking because the potential's there.
You got Rougned Odor at second, and fun fact for you: the Rangers have his brother in the organization, and his name is also Rougned Odor.
Wow. Yeah, well, we named one Rougned. Let's name the other Rougned. Fuck it.
Right. And of course, you got the guy over there at third base who has had a very sneaky Hall of Fame career, Adrian Beltre. Yes, the guy can still pick it. The guy can still hit. And I thought this guy was going to have a very big impact for the Rangers last year until he got hurt. And this guy's been an Iron Man since he's, even when he was with the Brewers. And that's Prince Fielder. In that ballpark with that jet stream out in right center field, I would not be surprised if this guy wins the MVP.
It would surprise me. Look, it would surprise me if he comes back that heavy.
An MVP type season. Let me rephrase that. Trout.
He hasn't. Here's the thing. He hasn't hit monster home run numbers since 2011. 2012 he hit 30 and 108 RBI. That's fine. Then the next year it dipped to 25 and 106. He doesn't take his health seriously enough. He strikes out at a decent clip, not as bad as he did early on in his season.
The world's biggest vegan.
Yeah, right. The world. How can you have a coke problem and a weight problem? It's the same kind of question. It's ridiculous. And it's hard to judge off of last year because he only had 150 at bats. So,
right.
I don't know.
They lost Yu Darvish for the year. That's big.
That's huge.
Obviously huge for them.
Their pitching staff.
But they do have their opening day starters, Giovanni Gallardo.
Oh, yay!
Okay. What are we
talking about here?
They got Derek Holland. Okay. Colby Lewis. Okay. Russ Detweiler. I like him.
We're talking about guys who on any other team is going to be 4s and 5s. Even Derek Holland. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that's who we're talking about. Derek Holland's a 3 at best. At best. And maybe I'm being a little friggin' harsh on Derek Holland, but come on, man. What are we talking about here? Without Yu Darvish, this team is crippled, and Texas can easily finish last in this division that isn't overwhelming with talent anyway. I don't know what they're going to do. So I think it's safe to say Seattle's got this division. Right now, at least on paper.
It's between Seattle and Anaheim.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Because the Angels
the Rangers still, and I just got to say this because of the history.
Yeah.
Neftali Feliz is still their closer. And I would like to thank you for giving up that triple to David Freese.
Well, let's go ahead and switch over to a really weird, kooky division, man, the NL West. This is an interesting one for me because you got three teams that can be really, 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 really good. Really, 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 really good. I think the Dodgers are probably the front runners, so let's start with them. But they're not. If they are the front runners, they're not by much. Because I like the Padres quite a bit.
I like the Padres. I don't really like the Giants right now. I don't.
Look. Here's the thing. I know that they do their.
I'm not counting them. I'm not counting them out whatsoever.
No, but based off their history, the year after winning the World Series is not kind to the Giants. History suggests they're going to take a year off and they're going to kind of reload.
It looks like they're right now. It's looked like they're going to take a very big vacation this year.
Yeah, I mean potentially, but I mean like there's enough mid-level offense on this team to where they might be. I mean Belt, Corey McGahee or McGee, whatever you want. Casey McGee. Sorry.
Didn't hit for a lot of power, but when he went to Japan, was it Japan or Korea? I think it was Japan.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He restarted his career out in Japan. I can't think of the fucking word. Didn't hit a lot of home runs last year. Revitalized. There you go. Rejuvenated. There you go. But yeah, he didn't hit a lot of home runs playing with Miami last year. But I mean, let's keep in mind that ballpark's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but he's an on-base guy, and he's gonna do some stuff.
He's gonna drive some.
Absolutely, Brandon Crawford's a decent player. He's a decent.
Great fielder. Great
fielder. Friggin' Angel Pagan, I've always liked. I know that he doesn't.
But he's having injured back issues still.
Yeah, I know he is. He's getting up there in years. Brandon Belt, you don't know what he's going to do. I mean, he's decent, but let's face it.
Brandon Belt's got the potential to hit 20 bombs.
He's got the
easily.
potential to hit 20 bombs. But let's face it, this team this team only goes as far as this pitching staff takes them. Plain and simple. Because on paper, this is still a good pitching staff. Baumgartner, Hudson, Kane, Peavy, and Lincecum. It's a good starting rotation.
The rotting corpse that was Tim Lincecum.
Hey, Lincecum, didn't he throw a no-hitter last year? I believe he did.
Yeah, what else did he do?
Well,
that was against the Padres, the worst hitting team in the league.
Look, his ERA was not great, but he was still 12-9. They're gonna take if you can get let me ask you a question. If you're guaranteed to get 12 wins out of your number 5 guy, you're going to take it.
That's very true. That's very true.
You're going to take 12 wins out of that 5 spot any day of the week.
Very true.
And he's only 30. Lincecum's got the potential. Look, his velocity's fallen off. Maybe this is the year that he starts to realize that he can't throw like he used to, and he starts to adjust.
And his delivery is so fucking weird that he could fool hitters with it. Because his stuff is nasty.
Look, and it is. He needs to spend. I hope he spent the summer watching Greg Maddux tapes, because if he did, he's gonna have a much better season. Because that's who he needs to pitch like. He needs to be Greg Maddux. He needs to use deception. He needs to use accuracy, and that's how he needs to make his living. Because he's not topping 94 anymore. It's not happening. It's just he's a 92-mile-an-hour guy at best. So let's. But I'll take him as a number 5 guy because the potential's still there, and he knows how to win games. He does. He's a Cy Young guy. I mean, let's face it. He's not.
Well,
gonna be. He's not
the second Cy Young. I think he stole from. Stole from Wainwright and Carpenter. Carpenter missed almost half the fucking season and had around 20 fucking wins. Yeah. And Adam Wainwright was unbelievable that year.
I like Jake Peavy. I know he didn't have a fantastic year last year in 7-13, but I like Jake Peavy.
Hey, he was a great pickup for them.
Yeah, around the deadline. I would have loved the Cubs to have. I thought he was going to come with Lester. I really did, but he didn't. Kane, I think he's coming off of an injury, right? I mean, he was hurt last year.
Yes.
He was 2-7. Not a good year.
Yeah,
even with
there was something clearly wrong with him last year.
Clearly wrong. So Kane can come back and be a monster. Tim Hudson, for some reason, continues to defy the laws of age, but it is what it is.
He's taking a page out of Chris Carpenter's playbook. He's becoming baseball Jesus.
That's right. That's right. And look, you still got Madison Bumgarner. So this team is going to go as far as the pitching staff takes them. I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Let's switch to my pick to win this division, and that is the Dodgers. Right. We'll talk about the Pods in a second, but the Dodgers, man, you got the best pitcher on the planet in Clayton Kershaw.
In the regular season.
Yes, yeah, that's fine. Shut up with that. But there's
Adams with a drive to right field.
That's right. But the rest of the pitching staff is pretty damn good too.
You got Greinke. They lost. Ryu is having shoulder issues again. He's had a lot of issues since he's come over.
Yeah, he has. I like Brandon McCarthy. I like him a lot. There's something about the guy. I think that I feel that he could be better than he's been. I like him. I think he was
he's playing in a pitcher-friendly ballpark too.
He is. That he is. We'll see how that works out. But let's talk about this offense, man.
Still pretty good.
It's still pretty good. Let's talk about this their ridiculous amount of outfielders they still have. Ethier is not cracking the lineup.
They're gonna deal either Ethier or Crawford, and it's probably gonna be Ethier because nobody wants Crawford's contract.
I don't see why Crawford can't play center field. I mean, I know he's 33, but I think he could still play center field.
In that ballpark, I'd say you could probably get away with it.
Look, Jock Peterson is not starting the season with the team. He's been sent down just like Chris Bryant did. So I think I read that. So and Peterson is just he's unproven anyway. So I mean, who are you gonna have? You're gonna have Van Slyke playing center? I mean, what do you do?
Hey, Scott Van Slyke's a really good bat to have off the bench. Same with
yes, but he should not be your starting center fielder.
Oh no! Oh God, no! And speaking about their bench real quick, I like this guy a lot, Justin Turner.
Yeah, I like Justin Turner too.
I really like him.
But he's playing behind Howie Kendrick, and Yeah,
that's true. They just brought it. Yeah, Kendrick's definitely playing over him, and you got the new shortstop, second base tandem with J-Roll and Kendrick.
Yeah. Look, Jimmy Rollins, or the probably decomposing corpse that is Jimmy Rollins. You got to figure he's going to hit better than 243, but then again, he's only a 267 hitter anyway, so he's probably going to fall somewhere between those numbers. But if he can play a serviceable shortstop for you, hit 15 to 20 home runs,
great postseason experience too.
Yeah, he's a locker room guy. I think he's going to help Puig a lot. Having him in the locker room, I think, is going to really help.
Yep.
Puig, settle him down, maybe teach him how to play the game the right way. Look, and Puig, I know that you're not huge on this guy, and I know it makes you sick that he's on the cover of this year's game for MLB and all that, but the potential for Puig is there. It really is. The guy.
When he's on TV, I do always like to see what crazy shit the guy's gonna do.
He's exciting. He's very, very exciting.
He can do it all, and gets a little free. He gets free a lot with his swing.
Yeah. Especially
in the postseason where he strikes out 8 times in a row.
Hey, this is the only guy who will bat flip on a bunt. So,
right.
But I like him, and I like the Dodgers. But they are clearly not the runaway favorites in this division because the Padres really did get a lot better. Maybe the biggest improvement of any team in baseball this year besides the Cubs, but that's just me being a homer because it's probably not true. It's probably not true.
Yeah, they got the they have 47 outfielders as well with Upton out in lefts. They're going to have Myers play center, which I think you might be able to get away with that in that ballpark. Again, pitcher-friendly ballpark.
Yeah.
You got Matt Kemp out in right, who's looking great in spring training.
Yeah, and then you got 3 guys who could start for other teams in Quinton, Maben, and Venable. I mean, that could be a starting outfield for some team.
Exactly. You got Quinton who can still hit. Maben, Maben can hit a little bit and run. And Will Venable, I really like this. I really like Will Venable. And
I don't see Quinton being with this team all the entire year.
They're going to deal him.
They're going to deal him to an AL team where he can go DH because he can still rake.
I heard this a couple days ago that the Padres have been trying, I believe, Will Myers at first base. so they could stick Will Venable out in center.
What are you gonna do with Alonso?
I don't know. I like Will.
I guess him and his 240 average could go sit down.
Right. They got Amarista over there at shortstop. Derek Norris behind the plate. Okay, you got Middlebrooks at third base.
Well, Solarte, I think, is starting.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got those two guys over there. I like both of them.
Yeah, I do too. Well, there's a lot of potential. Neither one of, I mean, Middlebrooks had one season that was really impressive.
Yeah, and that's when Euclid died, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. But I mean, we don't know what we're going to get out of Middlebrooks. I mean, even his breakout year was only a 17 home run season.
You got the rotation. You got 3-frame James, Andrew Kashner, and they have this guy listed at number 3, but I think this guy's probably the best in the rotation, and that's Tyson Ross.
You think he's the best pitcher on the? I think Kashner is their best pitcher. I really like Kashner.
I like Tyson Ross a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
we're both degrading James Shields. I think that's hysterical.
Yeah.
Look, they got him at a good deal. We got it.
No, they did. They did.
His price was driven down because of his poor performance in the friggin' playoffs. But it's crazy. I like Ian Kennedy too, by the way.
Tyson Ross, he was with Oakland originally, and didn't do a whole lot for them. But since he's come to San Diego, he's figured it out. He's definitely figured it out, especially last year. Pitched about, I want to say, around 200 innings.
Yeah.
Had around 2.85 ERA.
Yeah, 2.81.
Something like
2.81.
2.81. See, even better.
2.81. But his win-loss record was horseshit. 13-14. Not a great record.
Keep in mind that the team that the Padres had last year, that team could not hit a fucking beach ball last year.
Very, very true.
That team could not hit a beach ball. A 2.81 ERA. I mean, I think you'll take that
any day
of
the week.
I think you'll take that.
But here's the thing: his career number is almost a run worse than that. He's got a 370. I mean, so
and most of that was from,
we're talking about a season where he threw an ERA of 2.81, and it lowered his career ERA only.
Keep in mind that
3.7.
He was in Oakland before. And he wasn't getting it done then. Since he's come to San Diego, he's been much better.
I get that, but it's a small sample size. It's only a season.
It is. I'm just saying what I've seen from him.
He's 22-40. He's 22-40 in his career. What are we talking about? I mean, we got to be careful. I'm just
saying.
He's got stuff. He's got the stuff. There's no question. And he's a big kid at 6'5", too. He's a big kid.
I'm just saying if this guy becomes the ace of this staff,
it's not a surprise.
I'm not going to be surprised.
It's not a surprise. But look, I think the most talent on the team is probably Andrew Kashner. I think the guy I love Andrew Kashner. Yeah, a former Cub, yes. He had injury problems last year, limited him, but still, before he got hurt, 2.55 ERA. All right, I mean,
yeah.
And now, granted, his career,
he's shown a little bit more consistency.
He has. Well, he's just shown he has that elite level stuff. I don't know if Ross has elite level stuff. Kashner does. He hasn't been able to put it all together due to injuries, but he's got elite level stuff, man. He's got ace stuff, scary stuff. So, are the Padres your pick for the division?
I don't know. I think I still like the Dodgers just a little bit more because they're the Dodgers.
Let's quickly touch on Colorado and Arizona. I don't think either one of us are expecting much out of them.
I don't expect much out of Colorado at all.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I don't.
I think Arizona is going to improve.
Arizona should improve. Colorado's got no pitching. No.
Well, I mean, you can't get any pitcher to come there.
Very true. You can't get anyone who wants to pitch there. Tulowitzki, you never know what you're going to get out of him.
You're going to get maybe half a season out of him.
DJ LeMahieu is not a major league second baseman. I'm just sorry, he's not. Gonzalez is already citing problems with his knees again.
Mm-hmm.
Blackman's a stud, but if you got no one hitting around you, it doesn't really friggin' matter. Morneau is just trying to hold his body together, and Willen Rosario is,
Got a lot of power, but that's about it.
That's about it. And he doesn't call a great game either. So
no. And you go to the Diamondbacks, you got Goldie over there at first.
Perennial MVP candidate. I mean,
right. You got Mark Trumbo, who I think is going to be a little bit better, and he's got monster power.
Trumbo smash.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You got AJ Pollock out there in center field. I really like him.
I like him too.
And Chris Owings. Very good shortstop.
Yep. But this is not a team that's going anywhere. I believe that they're going to be battling each other, them in Colorado for the
I don't think it's going to be a battle. I think Arizona's going to safely secure fourth.
Really? Okay. Fourth or fifth? You think Colorado's fifth? So you think Colorado's
Colorado's in the cellar? Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Arizona might have something to say about that, but who knows? We'll see.
What's that?
We'll see what Arizona has to say about that. I'm not as convinced they're going to be that much better this year.
They're getting Patrick Corbin back.
True.
Middle of the season too. So
we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
The East, the NL East. Okay.
The NL East.
The NL East.
Nationals are winning the division.
Nationals are winning the division. I mean, there's not a lot more. I mean, the Mets can be an X factor team. Potentially, they can do something.
The Mets and Marlins are going to be deep. The Marlins are going to be a pretty good team,
the
but
Marlins are going to be sneaky. That's true.
And the Mets, I think, are a decent team, even though they lost Wheeler. They're a decent team.
Phillies and Braves are both terrible, but for completely different reasons. The Phillies don't know what they want to do with their age.
The Phillies are idiots, and the Braves are rebuilding.
Yes. I mean, that's all that we really got to talk about, those two teams. Let's talk about the Nationals real quick. Let's start with
this rotation is fucking disgusting.
Disgusting.
Strasburg, Zimmerman, Scherzer, Pfister, Gio Gonzalez. And then you're throwing this guy in the bullpen because you have to, and that's Tanner Roark.
I mean, come on, man. This is nuts. This is insanity.
Shit, we're like Bryce Harper right now. We're just laughing.
It's a clown question, bro. I mean, Scherzer is ridiculous. I mean,
I'd say their one question mark is their bullpen.
I think it is, but I like Drew Storen quite a bit.
Until the postseason.
Yeah, until the postseason. We'll see. I think
he gets in the postseason he gets the classic case of the Kershaws and.
Well, look, you deal Gonzalez. Look, I don't think you deal Pfister. I think Pfister is too steady.
No.
I don't think you deal Roark because he's too young. You deal Gonzalez and you get yourself a solid bullpen guy, whether it be a new closer or it be something else. But Gonzalez still.
You can talk about, we need a lefty in the rotation. Fuck that.
No, I don't agree with that at all. Look, I think Gio is a good enough pitcher to where he'll still draw something good for the bullpen. But I don't feel he's an elite guy anymore, if he ever was to begin with. I think he was on the cusp, but I don't know if he was ever going to be that guy that people thought he was going to.
He's a number 5 in this rotation. I'd say now he's probably a number 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's just how it is. Zimmerman, we don't know if Zimmerman's going to last the entire year with Washington. He's another trade candidate. Obviously, he'd bring back a hell of a lot more than Gio. But do you really want to lose Zimmerman? That's the question. Because this rotation boggles people's minds because you can't possibly find a way that they keep them together the entire season.
Well, maybe the season, but they said contract talks between Zimmerman aren't going too well.
Yeah. Strasburg, he's a strikeout waiting to happen.
He's been the golden boy.
He's the orchid. Unfortunately, he's the orchid. You know why they call him the orchid?
Why is that?
Because he's only good at night. Yeah, that's it. We'll see if he can get it together during day games. But he's a weird guy. Strasburg's a weird guy. He doesn't talk to the media. He's very serious. He's very professional. And it's just like he's just a weird guy. The way he's really prep.
They've babied him too.
They've babied him, and that could be part of the problem. But the offense, there are some question marks, especially with the with the injury to Anthony Rendon. I'm not laughing about Rendon. I'm laughing because Jeff picked him up in fantasy, and it's hysterical.
If you need to get a third opinion on on whatever it is, just get it fixed.
But you know what? It doesn't matter who's playing third. it will be an upgrade over Ryan Zimmerman, who will not be launching balls into the grandstands this year. Hopefully. He'll be playing first base.
That's a nice glove to have over there at first base.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't have to throw anywhere, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. They got a great outfield. I mean, really, really
You got Worth, who's actually...
May not even crack it. He might not even crack this outfield. Because Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is crazy to me. This is crazy to me that they have this much confidence in this kid, this Michael Taylor, that Worth might not even, the guy they paid more money than God to, that might not even crack the lineup.
Great bat to have off the bench.
Great bat to hand off the bench. We don't know what the Nards span's going to do. He's got all the potential in the world. He should swipe some bags. He's going to hit for a good average.
He can fly, cover some ground, and of course you got Bryce Harper out in right field.
Who's not Mike Trout, by the way. For anybody who's still
not Mike
confuses.
Trout, stop comparing him to Mike Trout. Okay, I'm still looking for Harper to break. He's only 22.
22.
He's only 22, and he's been pretty good. He's been good since he's been up, and he's gonna get better.
But here's the problem: he's got a manager that hates his fucking guts.
That's a problem.
His guts, and there's no other way around it. Hates his guts. That's the reality. Fucking hates him. Okay, Matt Williams. As much as I like him, he hates him. Hates his guts. I like Bryce Harper. I look for Harper to get moved. I really do. And I'd take him in as a Cub in a heartbeat. But we'll see. I think Harper's going to have a hell of a year.
Well.
I think Harper's going to have a hell of a year.
I think he is too. I think he does too. I love his swing. I love the way he plays. Even though it might get him killed. Might get him killed
because Matt Williams wants to murder him. But I don't know.
Right. Or if Harper, commits suicide by running into a wall.
He might run into walls, yeah, that's
breaking his neck. But I do love Bryce Harper.
So we calling the Nationals in a runaway?
Maybe not a defined runaway, but I don't think it's going to be close.
I agree. The Mets, I think they're my X Factor team. I don't really want to get into them too in depth.
I'm penciling them in at third.
Behind the Marlins?
I think the Marlins finish second, Braves finish fourth, and the Phillies die.
And terrible death.
They finish last.
Yeah.
They die of old age.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry Jake's not here to talk about the Mets, but I don't really have a lot to say about them.
Here's what you need to do, Philly. Trade Cole Hamels. Trade Ryan Howard.
Yeah, get a sandwich for Ryan Howard right now if you can get it. I mean, come on. Can you explain to me, Jeff, why they have not traded Cole Hamels? I mean, can you give me a reason?
Because they're fucking stupid.
Okay,
I mean, that's all I got.
Like, you trade him, you trade Utley, you trade Howard, you trade fucking Papelbon.
Clean house.
No one needs to stay. This is insane. This team is terrible.
You should get the tip off that this team is terrible when your highlight last year was your fans mocking Craig Kimbrell's fucking stretch.
That's right. Terrible.
Which that was hysterical, by the way. That was hysterical.
That was pretty funny. All right, now we got all of that out of the way. Let's talk about what I think could be the most exciting division in baseball.
There's not one bad team in this division. There's not one horrendous team in this division.
You might be right about that. And that's something that we have not been able to say for a long time. This is the division that matters to me and Jeff. And as much as I want to say it, that there is a clear front runner in this division. And unfortunately, it's not my Cubs. They're getting all the press, but it's the Cardinals. The Cardinals are the team to beat, and I don't think there's even a question about it. This team is going to be good again. I don't know how good, but they're going to be good. Go ahead and talk about your Cardinals. I know you're excited.
They find a way to be good every year. They find a way to be good every year. I love this lineup. I still love the lineup. You got Adams over there at first base, great pop. You got Matt Holliday. You can pencil him in for 20 and 90 every single year.
Every year.
Jason Hayward came over in the Shelby Miller trade. Only reason this trade happened was because of the death of Oscar Taveras.
Yep.
Colton Wong, when he went down to the minors last year, figured out his swing, and he changed his stance up a little bit. And this dude's got some ridiculous bat speed.
Yeah.
I mean, they were saying that Colton Wong's bat speed tops Matt Holliday's.
That's impressive.
And Colton Wong's a little dude, but I'm not going to be surprised when this dude hits 20 bombs. Love Colton Wong. And
wow, that's ambitious.
20 bombs, I'm calling it. Colton Wong hits 20 this year.
That's ambitious.
He hits 20. Whew. And, he can swipe some bags. He swiped, I think, 20 bags last year. Only got
caught. He's got horse shit on base percentage, man. 292 last year. His career is 280.
Keep in mind, that was it really picked up after he came up from the minors. He was fucking
I know, he's a young kid. He's 24, I know.
He was horrible in this first stint last year.
Let's face it, between his first 2 seasons, he doesn't have a full season worth of playing time. He's less than 150 games. I mean, to be fair.
Got John Jay out there in center field. His reaction time is absolutely incredible. He can't throw the ball 2 fucking feet. But he's an outstanding fielder. And you got Jahani Peralta out there. Yeah, you got Jahani out there at shortstop. He had 21 home runs last year.
Should easily do that again.
Hit around 260, which is about what we expected, and I'll take that every year from him.
Sure.
And he doesn't have great range out there at shortstop, but he's a vacuum. He's gonna feel whatever ball comes his way. And of course, you got the on-base machine over there at third base, and Matt Carpenter.
Yeah, that's what he does. And then you got Ryan. You got Mark. We got Mark Reynolds, who can come in and strike out a whole lot off the bench. So,
hey, we have a power threat off the bench now, Mark Reynolds. He's hit 20 home runs the last couple of years, every single year.
He does, but he also strikes out 180 times.
But the that's the one thing the Cardinals lacked on the bench, was that power threat.
Okay.
And then of course you got.
Dude, wait. You're not getting off that easy. Hold on. You can talk about Mark Reynolds, but I'm going to also talk about the fact that the guy had 122 strikeouts in 378 at-bats.
I know that.
You're not getting away from that.
I know that, but this guy's not playing full-time with Adams over there.
That worries me even more. Because a power hitter needs timing. He needs to play every day. He's not going to hit that many home runs this year. I'm sorry. I just don't see it.
Well, I know he's not going to hit 20 home runs, but I think we had maybe 3 pinch hit home runs last year.
He should do that.
And that's counting the postseason. And one of them was from fucking Tavares.
He should do that. I mean, he should give you 3.
And then you got, of course, behind the plate, you got arguably the best catcher in baseball. Maybe not offensively.
Please don't masturbate to Yadier Molina.
Well,
please.
I'm going to. I'm going to, because this guy can still swing the bat. He's not going to hit 20 bombs. He might get 10.
Right.
But he can still hit over 300. I still think he can do that. And then you got Tony Cruz behind him.
Yep.
Got Tony Cruz behind Molina, Tony Cruz can hit a little bit. Still nowhere near the defensive greatness that is Yadier Molina.
Talk about your pitching staff, man, because I know you're coming. And
Molina can call a game better than anybody.
Talk about your pitching staff.
Okay, we lost the guy made of glass, and that is Jaime Garcia. Not too upset about that. And you got the rotation of Adam Wainwright. Okay, don't need to say really anything about him. Just flat out disgusting.
Great.
Michael Wacha, who's looked phenomenal this spring. Michael Wacha.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Waka.
I gotta do this.
Okay.
Michael.
Yep, the Pac-Man. Pac-Man sound.
Pac-Man keychain. Michael. That's too great. Okay. Sorry. I had to do that.
No, it's okay, because I do it too. I do it all the time.
Because I'm a sick man, and I have a Pac-Man keychain. I had to use it.
No, but Michael Wacha's looked absolutely disgusting this spring.
Yeah, yes.
And his changeup. Oh my God, it's not fair. It is not fair.
You're out in front of it by 3 feet. I mean, it's just it's insane. It's insane.
And you got Lance Lynn, who the last couple years has I believe had the most wins out of any National League pitcher.
That could be very true. You had 15 last year.
And we got him for an absolute steal. Yeah, 3 years, $23 million.
15 and 18 over the last 3 years, man. That's a lot.
And we got
49.
You want to talk about a steal? John Lackey for $500,000.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, you're definitely going to get your money's worth out of that.
And Lackey, great postseason pitcher. He's got the most wins in the postseason. Since he's been up.
Yeah.
Since he came up in 2002 when the Angels won it. And then, with Garcia going down, you got Carlos Martinez, who's, I don't know if he can eat up the innings because, he throws gas, throws 98. Hopefully he can dial that back a little bit and maybe save some energy.
Yeah.
And this guy's curveball, they've been saying, is better than Wainwright's.
Your bullpen is pretty solid. I think anybody would kill to have Rosenthal.
Rosenthal is going to figure out his command. That was his issue last year.
I think
he was
so.
walking too many people. You
fine.
got Jordan Walden came over in the trade with Hayward. I really like Jordan Walden, and his delivery is weird too.
He might be the better piece in that trade, to be honest. He could develop.
Yeah,
into
he might
that
be.
guy.
He might be. You got Seth Maness, who's, if you need to get a double play ball, Seth Maness is great. Kevin Segras, hopefully he can figure it out because he throws gas from the left side.
Yes, he does.
Villanueva and Choate fucking suck, and I want to get rid of them.
I think your team is very good, man. Very, very good. And it's well managed. I mean, Matheny knows what he's doing. He's
in the regular season. In the regular season, Matheny knows what he's doing. And Matheny is a very young manager.
Very young, but you know what? He learned from one of the greats, one of the greatest of all times, in La Russa.
Yep.
So.
Yep, and I think the postseason experience and the postseason failures will only make him better.
But the Cardinals are going to be challenged. They're going to be challenged by Pittsburgh.
Your team, the Chicago.
Well, I'm going to finish with the Cubs. I'm going to finish with the Cubs because it's my show. I can do that. So I'm going to finish with the Cubs.
They're finishing second.
We'll talk about that. But let's start with Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh, because I think they're the least threatening team, and I know some people think the Reds are going to be worse than them. But we'll start with Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I think Pittsburgh is probably. I don't know why I think they're gonna finish in the cellar, but they're still gonna have a good team. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, convince me why I'm wrong here.
Anybody would kill for that outfield. Marte.
Potentially, yes. Marte's going to be great. McCutcheon's going to be great. But we don't know about Polanco. We don't know about him yet. We have no idea. Their infield, look, Alvarez is he's got a hole in his bat. Yes, when he connects, it's great, but he's got a hole in his glove.
He's got a hole in his glove,
That's
too.
why he's been moved over to first base. Harrison is going to be fine over at third. There's no question.
Harrison, you can throw him anywhere.
Absolutely. Walker is a walking fucking enigma. You don't. He differs from season to season. He had a great season this year. Probably means he's going to have a bad season this season.
We do know he can field. He can field.
He can field. Absolutely can. He's great up the middle. I know nothing about Mercier. Nothing about Mercier.
Something about Mercer. He can field as well. Can't hit worth a shit, but he can field.
I don't know.
And that's why
I really don't.
That's why they got this.
So they got a lot of great fielders, but I mean, are they going to be able to score runs? That's the problem. Are they going to be able to score runs? And they're going to need to, because look, potentially this could be a good starting rotation. But
yeah, Liriano, okay. Garrett Cole, that's your big guy.
Yeah, if he can get it going, who knows? Burnett, I'm sorry, he's not convincing me of shit.
No,
I don't
and
like him.
The biggest loss is Russell Martin.
Absolutely.
Biggest loss is Russell Martin
because it affects not only your offense, but it really does mess with your starting rotation as well.
And it fucks with the vibe in the locker room too.
Yes, it does. And so I'm thinking Pittsburgh might finish last in this division, and I think it'll be a surprise to some. But
I wouldn't be totally shocked, but
I don't know.
It'd be a surprise to me because I'm still penciling Cincinnati in for.
So you're penciling? Oh, really? See, I think Cincinnati.
See, I think, but any of the three teams, I think the Cubs are finishing second.
Yeah, we'll get to the Cubs in a second.
But any of these teams could finish. The one team that's not finishing last in this division is the Cardinals.
Yeah,
they're not finishing.
Obviously.
Anybody
else can really go to the cellar, and really they can't.
Anybody in this,
even the Cubs.
Anybody in this division can finish second through fifth.
Yeah, I mean, really,
anybody,
and that's what makes it so exciting. But look, let's talk about the Reds for a second here. If Votto becomes Votto again, if Phillips can just hold his knees together and start playing a little bit more consistently this season. Jay Bruce, Hamilton, going to steal 147 bases.
Yeah, but he's got to get on base to do that.
I think he's going to be able to. He's been putting it together more and more. He was much better last year. I think he'll continue to improve this year. Marlon Byrd, nobody talks about the guy. He goes out and plays baseball. 37 years old, 25 home runs last year. Holy crap. He's going to hit 20 without breaking a sweat. He's a great fielder, and he's an amazing locker room guy.
It's
a ball player.
It's a hitter's ballpark anyway, and they can hide him out in left field.
Absolutely. I think he's a good fielder anyway. He's a
100%
effort guy.
He is. You got Phillips. You got Phillips, who's a god with the glove.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. You got Cozart over at shortstop who can play.
Votto, extremely good fielder.
Yep. I mean, this is a team that's solid. They if they can put it together, they can be really good. The reality is the pitching staff is a little bit of an enigma. Cueto's going to be good again.
You got Cueto, and then question mark.
You have, but both Bailey and Leak have amazing potential, and Cingrani looks like he does too.
They do. I like Cingrani.
I do too.
I like Cingrani. I like Cingrani more than Bailey. I think.
Probably. I'm with that. The bullpen, if you get to Chapman, you're God. I mean, it's just.
Yep. If the Reds are ahead in the 9th inning or in any save situation, it's over.
It's over. Because Chapman is. I think it's safe to say Chapman's the best closer in baseball. I mean, him and Kimbrel, right? I mean.
Well, I'd say Chapman just because he's from the left side.
He throws 109 miles an hour.
Well, yeah, he throws 100. He throws 105 from the left side.
Ridiculous.
His fucking slider is in the mid-90s.
Yeah, I'm worried that his arm's gonna fall off though.
And his changeup is faster than a lot of guys' fastballs.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But it could still be a changeup when there's a 10-mile-an-hour difference. You 10 to 15-mile-an-hour drop. It's crazy.
That's why they call it a changeup.
Exactly. It's exactly why they call it a changeup.
And they got Mesoraco behind the plate who can hit 20, but he's battling some quad issue right now.
It's an interesting situation. It really is. The Reds are interesting because they really can. I think they could challenge the Cardinals potentially.
They could.
I don't know if they will.
They could, but that rotation, I'm still not ecstatic about the rotation.
Neither am I. But I think offensively they can have more than enough. The Brewers, who, now that I think about it, probably is the leading candidate to finish last in this division. But really, you could say it about any team besides the Cardinals. I don't know, man. Ramirez is the Walking Dead. He's old as shit, but he still can.
Well, he said he's retiring after this year.
This is his last go round. Ryan Braun, we don't know what we're going to get out of
him.
Fuck
Ryan Braun.
Fuck
him.
Yeah, that's all that really needs to be said. Fuck Ryan Braun. I agree. Carlos Gomez, their best player, beside him and Lucroy, two best players on the team. I like Carlos Gomez a lot. I think he's a good player. He plays a hell of an outfield. And
Gene Segura is hopefully for the Brewers' sake steps up where he was in 2013 for them offensively.
Yep, and then the aforementioned Lucroy, who's had a season last year that nobody expected him to have.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
breakout offensive year.
Yeah, absolutely, and even though it wasn't a huge power year, but it didn't need to be. You know, when you're getting on base at a 373 clip and you're hitting over 300, you're doing okay. And he's still only 28. Lucroy seems older than that. It's the starting pitching is an obvious problem. Garza is getting worse every time he takes the ball. It seems he's not going to find the fountain of youth.
Your opening day starter, your number one, is Kyle Loesch, who I like, by the way. I really like Kyle Loesch.
He was your guy for a long time.
I like Kyle Loesch, but yeah.
And Peralta, and Fires, and Nelson. Yeah.
Man.
Jonathan Broxton as your closure.
No, K-Rod's their closer.
No, is he?
K-Rod. They signed K-Rod.
Oh, they did. ESPN's depth chart doesn't even have him on there. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you go to MLB.
Well, suck my balls. Suck my MLB. But really, there's only one team I really want to talk about. I don't care about anybody else.
It's arguably the most improved team.
On paper. On paper, the most scary team in the division, I think. The potential is there to be terrifying.
Relying on a lot of young talent, though.
A lot of young talent that is really, really good. Look, here's the reality of the situation. Rizzo and Castro are going to lead this team. They are amazing. I think they're going to have even better.
I'm going to take a page out of your book. Rizzo.
That's right. Pencil him in. Rizzo is an MVP candidate this year. Mark it down. He's gonna be sick. I can't wait.
And this guy, who I think is is probably a safe bet. Jorge Soler.
Soler is ridiculous. I mean, everybody is projecting this guy to be a 25 to 30 home run guy this year, which, by the way, I believe will still count as his rookie season.
Yeah,
he's a monster.
Castro can still hit. Can't field worth a shit.
You know what? He had a better year in the field.
Well, can't throw. Can't throw.
He had a better year in the field last year. He didn't.
He did.
He much better, much improved. Bringing in a guy like Dexter Fowler is immeasurable because he does everything good. He does everything well, man. Everything he does is what he can fly. He can field. He gets on base at a high clip. He is a leadoff man that the Cubs have severely lacked. He's a good locker room guy. I like Dexter Fowler quite a bit. Chris Coughlin.
Left field, just warming that seat until Chris Bryant comes up.
Absolutely, because I don't think there's a question, especially, and there's a guy that nobody's talking about because he's dropped off, but he was Chris Bryant a few years ago, and it's Mike Alt.
Mike Alt, yes.
If Alt can get his shit together, which it looks like he straightened it out in the friggin' spring training, by the way, he will. He's a better fielder than Bryant. He's not a big, huge guy like Bryant is. Bryant's 6'5". Alt should be the starting third baseman, and Bryant should move to left field.
Hide Bryant out in left field. And I don't even know if Bryant's defense is as bad as people are saying.
No, I have not even heard that his defense is bad. He's only played a couple of games in left field.
People are saying Bryant's defense sucks because they don't know where to put him.
He's an athlete. The guy's an athlete. He's 6'5". He's going to be able to play left field. He can run. He can move. He can do everything. Bryant will be fine in left field. Trust me.
If Matt Holliday can play pretty well in left field, I'm pretty sure Chris Bryant can do
Absolutely. It. Look, I don't know when Baez is going to come up. I don't think it really matters at this.
He's got to learn to make contact.
If Baez is not careful, he's going to be the odd man out here because I believe if it doesn't happen by the middle of this season, by next year, Castro's probably going to shift over to second, or Addison Russell's going to play second. But Addison Russell.
One of the two is going to go to shortstop. It'd probably be Russell going to shortstop.
Russell is, by scouts, the best shortstop of the bunch. The best fielding shortstop. So you want to keep him there. Castro, I don't know if moving him to second because that is a completely new position. You're not going to be able to move him to third because Alt hopefully will be entrenched there. There's a lot of hope when we talk about the Cubs. But I like La Stella right now as well off the bench. I think he's probably going to be.
I like Alcantara too. I
do too. Alcantara, I love him. I love Alcantara.
You can throw him. You can throw him anywhere too, I believe.
Yeah, I love that guy a lot. Yeah, he can play anywhere. But he's gonna be your starting second baseman. I don't think there's any question about that. Montero, great pickup. You got a three-headed monster at catcher. You got Montero, Ross, and Castillo. They could all play.
Well, they just have Castillo there because he, for some reason, decides to turn into Ted Williams when he plays the Cardinals.
It's not only that, but I mean, he's had a hell of a spring training too, man.
Yeah.
And look, that's a trade piece. If he can continue to play and you can platoon him.
They're not going to trade David Ross because he's there for Lester.
He's there for Lester, and that's fine. But Castillo, what he can do is come in for the late innings, and because he's a better defensive catcher than Montero. But Montero calls a ballsy game. They love the way he calls the game.
He does.
Just sheer balls. But it'll be interesting to see. I mean, Montero and Castillo are essentially the same player. Montero's a little bit older, and he's got a little bit better of a track record. We'll see what that does. But, look, I am really, really high on this starting rotation.
You got Lester.
Come on. Lester in the National League. Come on.
Yep. You got Arrieta, who I'm still not completely sold on, but
the numbers dictate he's got to figure it out. The numbers are saying he's got to figure it out.
Got Jason Hamill back,
who looked amazing as a Cub and not so amazing as an A, but that's okay.
The guy who I like the best out of this bunch, though, Kyle Hendricks.
I love Kyle Hendricks. I absolutely love him. And don't forget about Travis Wood, who's just 2 years away from being an all-star himself. But you're right. Yeah. Kyle Hendricks, I love this kid because he reminds me of...
I like Travis Wood for his bat.
I do too. But Kyle Hendricks reminds me of Greg Maddux. Mm-hmm. He really does.
Yes, he does.
I mean, in last year, 2.46 ERA, 7-2, 47 strikeouts. Not that bad. He had a good whip.
Doesn't light up the radar gun, but for some reason, can't hit the guy.
Can't hit him because he
except Matt Holliday.
Yeah, Matt Holliday crushes him. But other than that, I like the way that the the friggin' bullpen is shaping up. I like them. I like Pedro Strop. I like Rendon. If you can get Rondon and Strop late in the game, you're probably going to be good. They got two guys who probably could be starting or could be moved at some point because I like Jacob Turner.
You got Jason Mott, too.
Oh, yeah, that's Mott. That's right, Mott. I forgot about Mott. Mott's very good as well. Neil Ramirez could have been a Rookie of the Year candidate last year. Fantastic guy out of the bullpen. Felix DeBrunt, if they can get him going. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's another guy we got from Boston. He's got all kinds of upside. Jacob Turner, who I love. I love this guy. Yep. He's got all the stuff that you want to see. He might be taking the place of Travis Wood at some point. And then, of course, we're saddled with the horrendousness that is Edwin Jackson.
We squeezed the last bit of life out of him when he was with us.
He's a mop-up guy. He's a mop-up man. If it gets out of control, you'll see him in long relief. Other than that, you won't hear from him. Mm-hmm. The Cubs have the potential to be fucking frightening, or they have the potential to be terrible.
The potential to burn and die.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
And that's what you get. That's what you get with a lot of young talent.
Yes. But if Bryant comes up in April,
I still think. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Bryant he's a fucking robot. He's a robot.
He is.
It is not human how much power this guy has.
It's insane. It's insane. This guy could be the face of baseball in the next 5 years. He really is that good. But honestly, I'm not sure, even if he comes up in April, if he's going to beat out Soler for Rookie of the Year. I think Soler could win Rookie of the Year. I love Soler. Love him. Love him. Not only because
I do like the Soler power. Yeah. I do like that.
The Soler power, that's right. But I'm gonna pick the Cardinals because they're the Cardinals. I think the Cubs have a really good chance to make the playoffs in the second seed, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be a hell of a season. Mm-hmm. Are you excited? I'm excited.
I'm really pumped because I'm excited for this rivalry. Just the Cardinals and Cubs rivalry because the Cubs are finally good.
Yes, potentially
they're good.
Potentially good. It's better for baseball when these two teams are good. Let's face it. Check it out, man.
I also like it because it's a friendly hatred.
It is because I love Jeff.
It is a friendly hatred between the fans.
But if Jeff was wearing a Green Bay Packer jersey, I'd want to murder him. But I don't have that hatred for the Cardinals because I respect the Cardinals. I don't respect the Packers. I don't respect you, Green Bay.
Right, because when Cardinal fans and Cubs fans go back and forth, it's like we're gonna come to your house and kill you.
That's right.
We say your team sucks and you laugh about it.
And then usually we'll drink a beer together. I mean, that's how it goes.
Yeah, when I was at Wrigley a couple years ago, they're friendly.
Yeah. Friendly confines, baby.
Friendly confines.
That's right. Look, we were going to get into fantasy, but we've already gone forever here.
Yeah, and I really got to pee. So. All
right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I think this was a really good first episode of Touch 'Em All. Was that the name of it? Yeah. Touch 'Em All. We're still working on the name. If you guys like the show, let us know in the comment section below. Really appreciate it, Jeff. Great job, man. Your baseball knowledge humbles me, my friend. Great job. So thank you for joining us on this first edition of Touch 'Em All Major League Baseball. Yay! We'll see you next time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Peace.